Man, here in beautiful Yerevan, Armenia, with now Professor Andre Harutyunyan.
Yeah.
Congratulations. What an amazing couple days.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you. Hi. Yeah, it's amazing. It's overwhelming with feelings. It was a great honor for me to have you here. I mean, such a thing that can't be described by words, especially when you're not speaking on your native language. It's very hard to describe it, but
I think even when you can speak in your language, right? Native language is still difficult to speak.
Emotions are something magical, to me. It's like overwhelming with emotions. It's something that this achievement, like I said yesterday when we talked, and when I got the belt, I told my student this achievement, it's huge for me, not because I'm getting a black belt for myself, like to myself, not because it's my achievement as a person, but because it's an achievement for my nation, for me, first of all. It's achievement for my friends, for my family, for my brothers on and off the mats, for our friends that we lost this last year doing the war, doing unhuman aggression towards our nation, towards our country. And you know that I lost my best student, best friend, person that I valued and a lot, and he was very close to me as like a son.
Yeah.
And after his loss, like the life changed for me, and everything I did because I saw how much of impact Jiu-Jitsu had in his life, in his short life that was cut even shorter, 23 years old. And he did Jiu-Jitsu only for 3 years. And it changed and it left so much impact, Like when you walk to his house, his mom and dad, everything evolves around Jiu-Jitsu for them, because he achieved something. He became somebody through Jiu-Jitsu. And because I have a part in this, it changed me, It changed. It became for me so much more. Like I understood that everything I do has higher purpose than just personal achievements, Everything I do impacts a lot of lives, And my nation becomes stronger, and humanity becomes stronger. And it's a great understanding, and it's something amazing, magical,
The ripple effect, right?
Yeah,
the ripple effect.
And thank you that you understand us as a human being, and as a brother, and as a professor, It's a great honor. It's like not too many people will live their busy, super busy, mega busy life like you have, and travel for 24 hours to get to a place, to give a black belt to one person, just one person, when you have like many black belts, and it's like your level of understanding all this, it's amazing, it's magical,
Yeah. Well, the honor's mine, and I wouldn't have missed it. I wouldn't have missed it for the world, you know how I feel about the you guys, the team here, and I wouldn't have missed it for the world. So I'm so happy, so proud, that I was able to be a part of the history of Jiu-Jitsu in Armenia.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Your graduation, the graduation.
History made by us now.
Yeah. Man, so you were you lived in U.S.
Yeah.
You were born here in
Armenia.
In Armenia.
Yeah. In a small town.
A small town. What's the town's name?
Hrazdan. It's by there's a town in Armenia that very famous for skiing stuff.
Okay. With the
TacFit, the lifts. Yeah, it's in Hrazdan.
Okay.
It's a little neighborhood of Hrazdan. So I live there. It's a high mountainous area, cold, very cold. Yeah, I grew up over there doing very hard times. I grew up during the war. We had it was very hard times for Armenia. We had no electricity, none.
It was like the end of communism, and there was the special period, right?
And Azerbaijan always attacked us.
Mm-hmm.
And it was war. All the guys we were looking up to, like our older friends from the neighborhood, they all went to war, and we were little kids, and we were seeing the guys that were teaching us how to play and this and that, soccer, and this and that. They're brought back home in a coffin. It was hard. It was hard as a child to grow up like that. We were playing with the AK bullets and stuff like that. And it was even hard to get bread back in those days. So
you're telling me the story of the time you lost the ticket, huh? The bread ticket.
Yeah, we had a bread tickets. Each family, for each family member, you'd get 200 grams, like it's half pound of bread.
Yeah,
a day.
This is when communism was still. It was still under Soviet Union. No, it was after.
It was after, because it was after, and we were in a blockade. We couldn't get supplies to Armenia. Government couldn't get supplies to Armenia because we were in a blockade by Turkey and this side Azerbaijan, the war, and I don't know what was going on with Georgia. And we had very shortage of supplies, so we didn't have electricity, almost no water. Like water, they give you water 1 hour a day. You have to collect it,
Fill up big buckets,
Even if you live in a higher floors, like in an apartment building, you won't get it at all because the pressure was low. So you go collect from the neighbors.
The downstairs.
Yeah, downstairs neighbors, So, it was a lot of tough times, but we pulled through.
Yeah, it's interesting because we were talking about how your dad, you had like a little TV, right? And how it was hard times, but everybody...
so connected.
Like, for example, you say, if you live upstairs, you couldn't get water, so you went downstairs and talked to the neighbor, hey, and everybody worked together to help each other out.
Yeah, and not everybody could get food. Not everybody, not all the families could get food, to provide. But let's say if my dad always been a provider. He worked hard. He found ways to, put food on our table. And our table was always full with neighbors, neighbors' kids. My mom would cook extra and take it to downstairs, like 3 floor down neighbors. They had a lot of kids, like 5-6 kids, and they couldn't provide at all. So we share clothes, we share food, It was fantastic time for human connection. You know, it was high, very high.
You know, we talked earlier too about the tribe book. You know, the tribe book, and I always go back to that. Like,
I have to read it. Yeah.
You know, because like they're in the World War II, like the Germans were bombing UK, and everybody had to hide in the bunkers, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And just how it brings people together, like the suffering.
Yeah,
you know?
the suffering brings people together. And when you go through this, even as a child, it leaves you with a beautiful feeling of human connection. I mean, and human connection, I think, the highest thing that humans have. I mean, I think it's I don't know, everything is connected, probably in universe. Like animals have their own way of connecting, we have our own way. But if you feel the connection, it's the thing you curve rest of your life. Like and during this last few years, that I don't know, everything is done to separate.
Yeah, to disconnect everybody.
To cut that connection short.
Social distancing.
Social distancing.
Yeah.
And I don't think there is anything more unhealthy than social distancing, you know. If you can't, like, for instance, if you train Jiu-Jitsu, it becomes part of your daily routine, part of your psychological and mental health. And if they disconnect that, you're losing it.
Yeah.
And you get sick from just not having your friend next to you. It's already sickness to me, you know.
Yeah. Right, you've heard of those the blue zones, right? Like people that live the longest, they have the healthy social life, right?
Yeah, you can see it in Armenia.
Yeah.
I mean, Armenian communities, like villages.
Yeah.
That they're very like bound together, like families living like all the brothers and living under same roof with their wives and kids and grandpas, like 100+ year old.
Yeah.
You know, they smoke, they drink, and they live more than 100 years.
Yeah.
But they also work, physical work a lot. You know, and connection. And no crazy fights, no divorces,
right.
You know?
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. My grandpa actually lived like, I think my dad's grandpa lived more than almost 100 years or 99 years. And my dad said he always had a vodka next to him. Like secretly kept it.
We went to the caves, like I think it was like close to Artsakh?
Close to Artsakh,
They have the caves.
The border.
Yeah, and the border where up to the 1970s, right? The like families and
lived there.
Lived in the caves.
Yeah.
And they would just live off the land, and they made their own vodka.
Yeah.
They showed how they made their own vodka.
They're very tough people. They always fought. Whenever we lost any place, but we never lost that land to nobody. Nobody conquered that region. Now they want to take it. You know, now they have the army situated over there, the Azerbaijan. And they attacked a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was not a full-blown attack, but not a small one either. Yeah.
And going back to the we were talking about you told me some stories like when you were a kid, the rations for the bread, and your mom sent you to get the bread.
I lost it.
And you lost it.
I lost the ticket, and it was like you get a one ticket for a month, the whole month. So it's for 6 people. Our family was 6 members. For 6 people, and it's 1 kilo and 200 gram, I think it was. So I lost it, and man, I couldn't go back home for a few hours. Like I couldn't make myself to go and face my mom and dad and tell them, I lost the bread for the whole family. My brother, my aunts, my parents, me. So it was like a very hard, like psychological, mental challenge I have to overcome. But finally, when I met at home, I faced my dad and I told him that, like crying hard. And he goes, "What happened?" He thought I fought, because there was a lot of fighting back then too.
Yeah.
Like, the kids fought a lot. I mean, crazy. And he told me, "What happened to you, man? Somebody did something to you?" I go, "No, Dad, no, it's I lost a ticket, He goes, "Man, it's nothing to worry about. We'll find a way to get the bread." So yeah, man, it was like I will never forget the feeling I had, when I lost that. First time I let people down, like I felt like I had a responsibility and I let my family down. And I never wanted to feel that feeling again, but I did. I did when I was a teenager, like when I was young and hard-headed.
Yeah, so when did you move to the U.S.? How old were you?
18.
18, okay.
Almost 18.
Almost 18.
Yeah, almost 18. My dad finally decided, our whole family, like from my dad's side, they were in U.S. already for like few years, more than 10 years. And my dad didn't want to go, didn't want to leave Armenia, but something happened politically inside after the elections, and he decided that he will leave for his kids. And I had to go to army already, because when you're 18 in Armenia, it's mandatory to join forces. So we left. First, I went to America. I worked in car wash. That first job I had in America as an illegal working, yeah.
Which is common, yeah,
like a folk,
Yeah.
Working
fresh off the boat.
Yeah, working a car wash. Then my family came along. We were together working hard, trying to pay the bills, because my dad owned a lot of money for us to come to America. We spent a lot of money on that, to get the visas and this and that.
Plane tickets, everything, travel.
Yeah. And when we came, lawyers and this and that to get, papers. So we worked hard, like every paycheck I got, like I would give it to my mom and take $20 for a week for me, $20. And back then, like, I think, I was smoking cigarettes. So that $20 barely lasts for cigarettes. I had no other money left for me. And we work hard. And I was training back then, karate all my life.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I started judo.
In the US?
I started in Armenia.
Armenia, okay.
With judo when I was 6. Then I went to karate because it was very popular back then. It was most popular thing. And when I moved to US, I found a school and I moved to Soge Takayuki Kubota school. I started training over there. Very grateful for his knowledge that he passed to me. He was a great teacher, great sensei. And I trained hard. I was doing good. But I have always been a person who chases adrenaline high. So I started working as a security guard in a bar, in a hotel, and little by little start hanging around with the wrong people, you know. Start doing drugs, and yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, that's one of the things I think, you know, we talk about, like like superpower in a way, because you can go down like the wrong path, you know, and so you know how that feels, and then find the right path. Like I mean, last night with your graduation, really puts things in perspective, and it makes it more special because of, you know, going down the wrong path as a young man.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to me, but because my family always been very supportive,
right.
like
Great family, right?
Great family. Because people say it comes from family and this and that.
Right.
In my case, it didn't. You know, it's just I think I was too much of a adrenaline chaser. You know, so I start chasing high. I start doing dope, methamphetamine. I got hooked on that. Yeah, I start going deeper and deeper. You know, I start hanging around with gang members.
Yeah.
Start gang banging. You know, end up getting caught.
Doing time, going to jail.
Going jail. Yeah. And when I finally got out, it was hard. I learned a lot. You know, I learned a lot of lessons. And, you know, there was a time even like I thought I'm not never. There was a time like I could like stay in for life. So, but yeah, luckily didn't happen. And you know, because I was like wrongly charged. So.
Wow, you could have done life. Huh?
Yeah, and
life in prison.
It would have been end of that. But my father fought hard, you know, got the lawyers and everything, and he wasn't sleeping at night. Like he found the flaws in a case himself, you know.
Wow.
Showed to the lawyers, look, this, that, you know, there. Yeah, and I'm very thankful to him and my brother. My brother stick there all the way with me. My family like saved me, and when I got out, I just decided that to change, I need to change the environment, and I left. I came back to Armenia to change the environment and change my life. And I started working on myself, and I went to university. Start studying psychology. I got a bachelor's degree in psychology.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's where I met my wife. My beautiful wife I met in my class. Back, I didn't realize that, you know.
What was going to happen?
Yeah.
Kid.
And no, I went for master's degree too, but I quit halfway because I was doing a business. Yeah. And for a moment, I slept again from the road. You know, I started hanging around with the old crew that were...
Bad influence, yeah.
Yeah, bad influence. That I started hanging around with the old crew and, you know, getting back to bad habits almost, you know, sleeping. Then one day I was sitting there and realized, like, what's going on, you know, what is this on the table, you know, white stuff, piece of metal, you know. So I said, nah, this is not me, shouldn't be me. So I decided to train, you know, to change my life and get a family. So one day I was sitting by my business and my wife, she was walking there. Oh, hi, hello, how you been, this and that, how's your school? And because I wasn't going to school anymore. And she's 9 years younger than me, you know. So I invited her to coffee, to drink a coffee together, and it started from there. And now we have a beautiful son. Yeah. And that's when I started doing jiu-jitsu.
And, it's interesting, like, not this time, but one of the last times you always shared the story with me, like, people can't, it's hard to stop, like, the lifestyle or if you're doing drugs and things like that, but you're able to just stop cold turkey.
Yeah, because I think the most important thing of realization of your problem, it's all about how much consciousness you put into it. Like they say willpower, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in willpower. I think there is no willpower. I think there is levels of consciousness, If your consciousness goes up to a certain point, then you can do anything. I mean, in my opinion, anything. It's all in your mind. It's all in your brain, You can control yourself and do anything. Anything is possible. To me, it's like that. And I proved that to myself by going cold turkey and just realizing, just like meditating on it and just doing it. That's it. And I think that I have the same approach to my training, Jiu-Jitsu. I do TacFit now, thanks to you, which heals me a lot, helps me a lot, yeah. To Jiu-Jitsu, TacFit, I transfer this state of mind, and everything is possible to me,
We're joking about, like, there's all these like Narcos, all these TV shows, and the drug like the cartels and things like that, and some of these guys, like for example, like Pablo Escobar was the Narcos, but just the business mind, right? If they focus it on good or bad, it's gonna be great, right? These guys, like, the fact that the things that they can create, right? That business mind, the mindset, right? Is you can use it for good or you can go the wrong, right?
Mindset is everything, yeah. I mean, your attitude is everything, approaching things. You approach things as a loser, somebody that can't do, or somebody that can do. Makes the whole difference. I think, like yesterday we were talking about climbing Mount Nara. Told me if you put your mind into it, like you're doing TacFit, your breath, you coordinate your breath and movement, you'll do it. So I think that it's everything in life is the same like mechanics work.
Yeah, that's it. We're going to do some mindset training tomorrow, huh? In Lake Sevan?
Yeah.
We're gonna like not freezing, but right below, right above freezing the Lake Sevan, and it'll be cold, and we're gonna jump in
7,000 feet above the sea level, and the mountains minus. I think during the day is gonna be minus 4, 5. So we're gonna go.
It'll be an experience, huh?
Be experience for sure.
So you said you found jiu-jitsu. How was the beginning? It's been like RN coming here, right? Like many years ago, and then me visiting the first time, and being the first gym was below a hair salon.
Yeah.
The walls were pink, but whatever. We were happy, like it was amazing, But now, like, the gym is really beautiful. So, like, how was the beginning for you? What was how did it start here?
Okay, so I was out of shape, fat, and everything, smoking cigarette, drinking, and everything. So. And I decided that I'm gonna do something about it. So one of my relatives, he told me like he has a friend that they want to do jiu-jitsu and this and that, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I go, where they learn the jiu-jitsu? They didn't. They just trained to the sambo guy, judo guy, and Karapet was the one who trained like for a few months. Like,
in Greece, right?
With Greece, with Christos, yeah. Gracie Baja, Draculino team, Greece, yeah. So, yeah, I met with
That's
them.
Interesting, right? The full circle, right?
Full circle, exactly. So I met with them and I started training with them, and I had like little judo background, and when I was training karate, Soki also had judo class once judo jiu-jitsu, Japanese jiu-jitsu class once in a week. We were doing some rolling, some throwing techniques, and some nevaza. But and we were just getting together, rolling and stuff like that, not really jiu-jitsu, just doing some drills. We knew 3 drills, Kimura drill, hip hop, and armbar. From close guard with drilling arm bars, just a hip movement. All day we'll do that for like 10-20 minutes, then we roll, And rolling was just whatever could do, it was like just grappling. And then Arin came over. Like we did that, I broke my knee because of wrong movement. Then we got together again. Like it wasn't constant. Then Arin came by and he told us like he came by, first purple belt I ever seen, Yeah. And we went hard, me and Arin. Yeah. And he taught us cross-collar technique system of yours.
Oh, the cross guard.
Cross guard, omoplata.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
Which he does, like being a big guy like him. It's really cool.
It was amazing, like seeing real jiu-jitsu technique first time executed by a purple belt. And it was amazing. Like I got hooked on it right away. It was 2013.
You were inspired.
Yeah, I was inspired. It was 2013, and Arin told us like there is other group that train jiu-jitsu. Ruben and Vahan Tadevosyan. Ruben Miribian, Vahan Tadevosyan, which became my best friends. We became like partners. And but back then, I don't know, we had no knowledge, but some of the guys had some ambitions. I don't know why. They didn't want to train over there, this and that. But then we met. For first time I met Ruben. He invited us over for a seminar. He invited Brazilian to Armenia, Roberto Atala. He brought his club to Armenia, and he invited us for a seminar. We went there. It was amazing. For 6 days, I think, we trained every day. And at the end, Roberto gave me my blue belt. And the guys who were training with me, Arin, with your permission, gave them blue belts, Karo and Artak.
Yeah.
So from that point on, I started associating with Ruben and Vahan, We were training together time to time, learning from each other. But I wasn't taking it seriously, It was just a hobby for me, just a way to get in shape, stay away from trouble, But
even though you thought about it all day, every day.
but how it happens with jiu-jitsu, it takes over you. It takes over you. Luckily, gladly, I gave myself up to it. And in 2015, I had my firstborn son. Yeah. And I had a store, aquarium store. Like
That was it was your store. Oh, I didn't know it was
my
your store.
Yeah, my store.
That we walked by yesterday.
Yeah. I had a business first. I was the
Importing fish from
fish from Indonesia, Singapore, Asian
Thailand,
country,
yeah,
Thailand,
Asian
and first one to do it in Armenia. So I like to do. I like to be first in many things. So, yeah, it was the first
How
one.
did you get into that? Why?
Oh, my dad always had aquariums at our
okay, in the house.
We always had aquariums.
Wow.
We always, I grew up with aquariums.
Okay.
And when
Because
I was
you have the communist buildings, you don't think of an aquarium inside of the old communist buildings, right?
man, my dad used to go to Moscow.
Okay.
He loved discus. It's like best freshwater fish.
Okay.
Basically,
Okay.
like beautiful fish, but there was none in Armenia. So every time he went to Moscow, he bought discus, brought it over. Half of them died on the way here. Like he spent all his savings on fish. He was like a true hobbyist. And I grew up with that. And when I was in Armenia, I went and bought an aquarium. I was renting a house for many years. I lived in a small apartment, and I bought an aquarium. Then I wanted to find something to do, to work. But in Armenia there is not much to do. Not much work, it's hard to find a work. So I thought maybe I do a business. Why not? So I called America, asked around where they get the fish from, So they told me they get it from Asia, Thailand. So I said, okay, let me find a way to do that here. And I did. I bought a lot of aquariums. I made a lot of aquariums, installed a import area, and I start bringing fish. Then I start learning about corals, marine fish, and did that too. But then I got tired of it, and when I was doing jiu-jitsu, I started doing more and more and more, and I thought maybe I should give up everything and just do jiu-jitsu, learn jiu-jitsu and do jiu-jitsu. So it was 2015 when my son was born, when I first started thinking about that. And I was already training a lot, at least once a day, maybe twice a day sometimes, Sometimes I'll train with the guys, then go train with Ruben and Vahan, same day. And I start finding people online that willing to come to Armenia, just visit, I'll cover their expenses, in Armenia.
Like Gustavo?
Gustavo. Yeah. And I start finding people like that, meeting people like that through Globetrotters and stuff.
Gustavo, what was his last name?
Caetano. Gustavo came in 2016 after I got my purple belt.
Where you were laughing about how he came and, he wasn't used to the snow and it was really cold. This year.
The coldest year in 100 years, man.
Wow.
Seriously,
wow.
Coldest time in 100 years. And this poor Brazilian guy that never saw a snow in his life came and minus 30. Man, he was falling every second step he made, outside.
Ice, snow everywhere.
Even once he felt he goes, dude, you know what happened? I'm so embarrassed. I go, what's up, Gustavo? He goes, I fell down a little kid, man. I smashed a little kid. A kid was walking with his mom, 5-6-year-old kid. And Gustavo fell and crashed them underneath. Mom fell, the kid fell, Gustavo on top of them, So, some big Brazilian dude, he was around 100 kilo.
Oh, wow. Wow, he's a big guy, huh?
Yeah, he's big. Nice guy, very nice guy, very good friend. True brother, yeah. Mm-hmm. Even though he's communist. He's not, but he's a very left-wing person, yeah.
But it's cool with sport and jiu-jitsu, right? Like you're saying that, but it's like it's bigger than all these things, right?
Yeah.
Even like we have Iran and like political things, you know. But like when you do sport, right? It's bigger
it doesn't
than that.
matter.
It doesn't
like,
matter.
Only place that people come and become true. Like true nature
of
comes
themselves,
out,
yeah.
not what they believe and what
they
what life or media or whatever made them believe.
Right.
You come on the mat, you're just you know.
Yeah.
You roll, you sweat, you cry, you bleed, you laugh.
Show who you really are. There's no hiding. There's no fakeness.
It's just you know. That's why we say it's for everybody, but it's not. Not too many people can take it, you know. Can take it being true.
Yeah.
Facing their demons.
Yeah, right. That's the truth. Yeah. So it's not easy, right? That's why
it's not easy to face the demons.
Yeah.
Overcome that ego, you know.
What are some other guys that came through? So you had Gustavo.
Before Gustavo, very funny.
There's a judoka from Ruben, right?
Yeah. He was a Brazilian consul. A judoka, Joao.
The Brazilian consulate.
Yeah. Joao, I think Souza, if I'm not mistaken. He was 6th degree black belt in judo. He trained in Japan. He lived in Japan for a long time. Yeah, he was very good person, very good judoka, very humble man. He taught us a lot. He left, unfortunately. He went back. He went to Germany, I think.
Okay,
He lives in Munich right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
And but before Gustavo, there was I was watching YouTube videos, Jiu-Jitsu highlights, and I saw a guy doing flying triangles. And what is this? Armenian code of honor on his gi? Yeah. So I start looking, who's this guy? Edwin Najmi. So I found him on Facebook. I wrote him, hey, Edwin, hi, are you Armenian, bro? He goes, yeah, of course, bro. I'm Armenian. I go, I'm Armenian too, man. Like, big fan of you. You know, I was watching your videos on this. Aaron Najmi videos, yeah. He goes, oh, cool, man. You guys have Jiu-Jitsu in Armenia, this and that. So we talked. Then I told him, hey, if you have a chance, come to Armenia, you know. Be a big honor for us to have you here. Then in 2016, Edwin came to Chechnya for a fight, for a ACB event.
ACB, yeah.
Yeah, it was a big event. You remember back then ACB was like big shows.
Yeah, they were
super fights.
Getting big money too.
Yeah, I remember Romulo fought Andre Galvao there. Caio Terra was there.
Brought out the best fighters, right?
Yeah.
Best grapplers.
So Edwin was there with AJ Agazarm. And Edwin told me,
AJ?
I'll come to Armenia from here, you know, with my friend AJ. He's Armenian too. Till this day, I don't know if he's Armenian or not.
I think I asked him his dad is part Armenian.
Yeah, his grandpa.
His grandfather, yeah.
His grandfather is Armenian. He said he was named
blonde hair guy.
Yeah. But he has little Armenian craziness, yeah.
And they came, right? They came,
yeah, me and Ruben.
I saw the picture, I've seen the pictures, right? I was like, what are these guys
Me
doing?
and Ruben already were like close friends, good partners. We decided that we're going to work together and have a gym together. And when they came, hey, bro, like, you know, superstar jiu-jitsu guys came. And it was like, not more than 10 of us on the mat, you know. It was like small group, like even we invited, like it was 4 or 5 of us training, really, you know. People would come and go.
I was looking at the pictures, the picture at the gym, and Ashot was there.
Ashot was there.
And they're from another gym, right? And then that made it like 10 people with the other
Yeah,
gym.
yeah,
You know?
and plus there were two guys that we met in a restaurant that recognized AJ. They came, they go, "We are very sorry. Are you AJ Aigazarm?" He goes, "Yeah." They go, "We do grappling in Russia,
Oh, wow.
this and that. Yeah,
Funny.
we know you. Can we come?" Yeah. So he invited them over for the seminar. Yeah. I remember what we even did that day, like Toreando Pass, Spider Guard, stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, and there was a Japanese brown belt traveling nomad, Masafumi, very nice guy. He came. There was a
But
Polish guy.
it was only like a less than a dozen people, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
At that time.
Yeah. There was Polish guy, Marcin Polsik. He's a black belt. He owns a Gorilla Academy in Poland, Warsaw. Great guy, amazing guy. So I met him on Facebook. He told me it was his dream to visit Armenia because he had Armenian friends. He knew Armenian history, and he was a brown belt back then. And he got his black belt that year. So I invited him over too. He came for 2 weeks. Like people would come like that for 2 weeks, train, teach us stuff, and go, and you get some knowledge and you keep drilling that, And Gustavo came in 2016, stayed almost 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah, almost 2 months, and he was preparing me for the European Championship. But that same year, 2016, you came too.
Okay.
Or you came 2017? 17.
No, 16. I think I
16.
came. Yeah.
And the pink basement.
The pink basement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I decided.
So it's like you had a lot of people coming through the whole time. Because I was there. I was here in the summertime. And he was here like winter time, right? So
winter time. The 2016 and 17 was like, I was like trying to keep it very busy. Unfortunately, like you visited Armenia,
Yeah.
Just and met us, and we trained.
Yeah.
You taught us. I remember like today, how you taught us darts, joke, and you darts me 5 times that day.
You were telling me that,
Yeah, you rolled
You'll
with
never
me
forget
like 2-3 times, and you darts me like 5 times. You crucifix me. Yeah, all omoplata, crucifix. You let me get a position. Then from there you got me. It was a quite experience for me, and every time something like that happened, and it made my life so much better. And every time I felt more and more in love with Jiu-Jitsu and community, because it was bringing a worldwide friendship. It was like humanity was becoming one. We all were losing our cultural differences, and all the differences, were put on the side, and we were all one, on a mat. And I was learning from great people, not just jiu-jitsu, but also the way of their life, learning about their history. Like your podcast does that. And, I listen to your podcast all the time in the car, and get in touch with so many different cultures.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, Spain, Brazil, America, different kind of people from different walks of life. It's amazing, man. Jiu-Jitsu is amazing thing, yeah. And
I was just remembering when in 2016 in the pink basement, we did some flow fit.
Flow fit.
Do you remember that? We did the warm up, we did some of the things. But you did it too.
We did the bridge. From bridge, we go to bring the elbow in, go to the position. turn.
It's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the world is one, but getting closer and closer, right? But jiu-jitsu and all these things help, like you, us talking and sharing your story, and
Look, the world, to me, it gets closer and closer two ways. One way is the healthy way, and it's connection, like we have, like people, and it's when the healthy way, to have it healthy way, you have to have real human connection, like man to man, not virtual connection. I think it's good to a certain point, then it becomes...
If that's all you have, right?
Yeah,
but it doesn't compare to the real.
Yeah, and the bad way becomes one, but in a bad way, in a negative way. So the only way for me to eliminate that is the real connection, like to connect with person, to sit down, drink a glass of water or a wine, and get connected. Wine is always better.
my first time coming to Armenia, I'll never forget. There was the first training in the pink basement, and I was like, you guys took me to a restaurant, and I had one. I was like, I'll drink a shot, vodka to be polite and like celebrate. I was like, also really happy because for some years I was talking with Ruben, to come. And finally, we were able to make it in, I think, 2016.
Yeah.
And I had one shot, and then you guys, for the kids, right? For the kid, it's like, you have 3 kids, you have to do 3 shots, or you don't love your kids, something like that. That's all I remember.
After you drink for sauna.
Oh my God, that's all I remember. I don't remember anything. I remember barely getting up to the apartment again. It was fun, man.
Yeah, just want to say to everybody who's listening, Armenians are very hospitable people. You're always welcome here. You can come, we train, we eat, we drink. It's a nice place, very safe. One of the safest places. Like of course, if we're not in war, then we're very safe people. No crime. You can leave your kids loose outside.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? I came with my kids, and we felt totally safe in the middle of the city center. And they're playing like, we don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, after we connected, some Serge came over 1 year. From
I think in 2017 maybe.
Yeah, Arin kept every year he's here.
Yeah,
amazing.
Tell me the story. Like so you went to the Europeans, right?
Yeah, with
Arin, and he's like, tell me the whole, like, because. Give him like the big heart, right? He's like, let's go to the Europeans.
Yeah. Arin encouraged me a lot to go, and it was like my first tournament, and I was already how old I was, 36-year-old, and to go compete first time when you're 36, it's like it's not easy thing, to overcome mentally, but.
You're out of your comfort zone, right?
Comfort zone plus it's financial. Financially for Armenian, making like couple of G's, it's not easy. So I gathered my savings together, and I went. Arin called me and told me, I'm gonna be there, so don't worry, just come. Just get your ticket. Even if you need help with the ticket, I'll help you out. I said, no, I'm okay. He say, I'm renting a house. You can come stay with me. I go, well, so what I have to pay for that? He goes, are you crazy, man? You don't have to pay me anything. You just come stay and I'll take care of you. I go, okay, thanks. What you need me to bring? He goes, Armenian mulberry vodka, So I got
moonshine homemade, huh?
Homemade. I got 75 proof moonshine, mulberry vodka. So I took it with me. Yeah, after Arin became a European champion ultra heavyweight, we drank together. Yeah, his friend was there too from Showtimes, Gigolo show. Yeah, he took a shot. He was done, man. The guy, yeah, very.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Yeah,
a lot of rules, right? A lot of they're very strict, right? The IBJJF, you have to do everything.
Oh yeah.
Right, like you were telling me, like the gi, like they didn't let you compete with the gi you had.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
and it's like you're already stressed, right?
Man,
like a
I'm
lot of
stressed.
pressure, right? To financially, it's just different, right? You're competing at a world stage.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I went to a panic mood. Then Arin yelling from upstairs, like I'm downstairs already. Like I have to check in for the first match, and Arin yelling from upstairs, like, "Hey, what happened? What happened? Why are you stressing? What happened to you?" I go, "Man, they're not letting me compete. They're saying my gi is not right." So Arin went and bought 3 sets of King's Ultra Light gis,
Three of them,
threw it. Check which one is your size. Come on, change, right? So I changed right away, and I competed. Unfortunately, I lost by 2 points the first fight, but it was a good experience. Yeah. Then I went and found a place to hide, to get rid of my emotions. Arin was looking for me, found me. And Arin donated those gifts to us. Yeah. I brought them back. I think. And before that too, Arin helped us to get our first real Jiu-Jitsu gis, because we were wearing whatever,
Yeah.
Arin got us Monto gis before that, yeah. Then like that, yeah. And international support was huge too. I remember a black belt named Brad Wilson came, visited us, trained, I invited him to my house. He was with his wife. And he went back and sent us a whole package of gis.
Wow!
Yeah, he got a charity. Whoever donated, he sent it to us. Yeah, amazing stuff, man. Like how Jiu-Jitsu community was all these years. For me, it's amazing. Yeah,
we're just talking about how. Because it's been hard, right? Around the world for jiu-jitsu the last 2 years, right? But you have the support and it's takes a village, but it's a community, right?
Community,
and people like Arin and people like Edwin,
you,
yeah, and the
huge.
Yeah, you can't let down, and those are the things that instead of maybe somebody thinking to stop, they that can't stop. There's no way,
No way. Yeah.
We're gonna find a way to make this work.
Yeah, and luckily, when you do something good, actually, it's not luck. It's I think it's proven. What you call it? Mathematical, probability that when you do something with passion, with heart, you draw people like you towards yourself, So, a lot of guys from IT community, very successful people. Like one of them he owns most successful startup in Armenia, Crisp. He started taking privates with me and supporting me a lot financially. Start supporting the gym, because there were times that it was so hard to keep it open, almost impossible.
Yeah.
Impossible, not almost impossible. But the guys like that came through, right time, right place. They came through and kept the gym alive. I was doing everything to keep the gym alive, and the only thing wasn't there is financial support. Ruben found some support through his friends. Then the guys came through. Crisp start supporting. Now we have another student, Artavast. His company. He has a new startup. They wanna invest also, support the gym, and maybe some now the guys I'm introducing TacFit to them,
Yeah. You're telling me some guys that they want to do jiu-jitsu so much, but they TacFit.
TacFit. Now they're a lot of guys like just want to stay healthy, do minimum or maximum to stay healthy. So I think the right tool you brought me, remember the bruiser?
No, the 45-pound club bell, the biggest one, right, that we make, and because I was training for my team leader, right, test, and so I brought that one. The funny thing, right, is that you lose the knob, and you're such a beast. Like me and Robert were talking about it. You're such a beast that you still use it without the knob, just like manhandling the 45-pound club bell, the bruiser.
First training I had with Jihad,
Yeah.
Jihad had a live training on Facebook or Instagram, so I turn on live and start doing with Jihad. I think I should have the video or something. My technique was so off. And he was doing like a imam.
Every minute on the minute. Yeah.
Every minute on the minute, and two of it was 3 exercises. I think one of them was barbarian squat, and I had to do it with the bruiser. Man. After that one training, it was the COVID restriction. First training I did during COVID restriction. Man, that one time I did that, I thought, man, this TacFit thing is all for only elite guys. Elite guys, man. Yeah, I have to go shoot some testosterone or something to be able to keep up.
The 45-pound club bell, yeah.
But little by little, I started learning technique. Thanks for all the live trainings you were guys putting on.
Shout out to like Robert,
Aaron Cruz, Isaac, Jihad. Man, I had pleasure training with all of them, virtual, but and Nestor also, course, I did. I even enrolled in TacFit first certification. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it all the way through because the war happened and everything went, all our intention, everything went to war. It was one of the hardest hits in my life when I lost my student. It was like hardest blow that life gave me so far. And now, I keep doing TacFit at least 3 times a week, and rest like 5-6 times Jiu-Jitsu, and I think like maybe to build a community around TacFit too.
Yeah, of course, it goes together, right?
Yeah,
the yin and the yang.
Now I have better club belts.
15-pound club belts, not 45-pound club belts.
Yeah, I even made some club belts.
Right, I saw that. I
made some club belts.
Handmade club belts.
Yeah. So, great stuff.
Yeah. The we're talking about TacFit and Jiu-Jitsu, and then. But we didn't. You had some other guests, like you just had Gracie come out, right?
Yeah.
Like last month, 1 month ago.
Yeah, a month ago. Yeah.
So
Gracie.
What was that like? Like he's the president's son, right?
Yeah.
Trains with him.
Yeah.
In London.
In London, and they invited him to some conference to give a speech.
Like a meetings of the mind.
Meetings of the mind, yeah. To give a speech there. And they found me online, and they contacted me and told us, we know Roger Gracie. Yeah, what a funny question to ask, Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, Jiu-Jitsu brown belt, if he knows Roger Gracie. I go, I guess, why. They go, he gonna be here you want him to come, we want him to come over, or you guys come over, and meet him, maybe train with him.
Yeah.
I go, and you asking this, of course. Come on, who gonna miss opportunity to train with the best, And and he came over. Actually, I met the president's son, Vartan. Such a humble person. I couldn't imagine he's gonna be that kind of he was very humble, a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. So and he kept jiu-jitsu hierarchy very respectful towards higher belts, even though he's he has some positions. And the day came, Roger came over. Him too, man. Such a great energy. Great energy. Such a humble person. Such a big heart. You could feel his energy. Right away. So he taught his famous mount cross collar choke and Kimura from side control also.
Nice.
So Kimura from side control. Then at the end, I think Vartan asked him to roll with me, So he told me he'll give me one roll, So it was amazing, man. And at the end I told him, now I can put myself in a line of great champions that got choked by you. Even though I'm not a great champion, but I got in the same line with them, Yeah, it was amazing, man, to feel when you watch his fights, with the legends like Homulo and I don't
so
know,
many
Marcelo,
others, right?
And they're getting choked by Hajar, Buchecha.
Now you know how it feels.
When he walked, we have a picture of Edwin and Buchecha. He looked like
They're cute.
You feel sort of I'm sorry, I don't have your So great experience, Amazing.
Yeah, it's so amazing, right? He made the time to come to what an ambassador, the best of the best. Takes the time to go to the community, free class,
just
free seminar.
to support, jiu-jitsu community in the country, So it was amazing experience, and that's what I'm saying, man. Jiu-jitsu is amazing. Yeah, if you train jiu-jitsu, you're not only gaining physical or whatever self-defense. The best thing you gain is human connection. And nothing compares to it.
When I had to ask Horace, when I ask I did the podcast with Solo, and and I ask him what the biggest thing they get out of
jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, the whole life, right, is dedicated to it, and it's the friendships, the connection, the camaraderie, the brotherhood,
worldwide brotherhood, which you want. What could us connect together? Me and you, You live in America, Los Angeles. I'm here in Armenia. So we had different way of life all our life, but boom.
Yeah.
And now we friends, we brothers. We think and care about each other. Just nowadays everybody takes everything to materialistic values, whatever, car, phone, this, that, whatever can one get from another, in terms of
material possessions, like a car, phone.
Yeah. But that's nothing if you compare what you can get from a person mentally,
the connection, connecting with somebody.
Yeah.
Relationships.
A relationship. That's the that energy exchange you get. That's you can buy it. You can buy it. only you can earn it. I think.
Yeah. You know, I think about the you know the history and it's very interesting, right? Because a lot of people, especially you being here in Armenia, and it's difficult, right? The financially and you have a son, you know, family to support, and not many people wouldn't take the risk or follow their heart, you know, follow their passion. You know, of course, I did when I was a younger man, you know, but most people, you know, to fully commit themselves to the art and to spreading this connection, right, to helping others be their best, you know. Where do you think that came from?
I think first of all is passion. Yeah. First of all is love, and is knowledge.
But to take the step, what made you? What gave you the strength? What gives you the? What gives you the strength to take the step to be like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I don't know how, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do this.
I think believing in yourself. You know, believing in yourself that you can achieve anything you want, especially when you have family next to you that supports you. Like my wife supported me, and my dad, my brother, and you feel like when you start doing it, you feel like many times you feel fear. You know, many times you want to back down. You know, just go get back to business or something, do something regular that normal people does. But
staying busy with the busy, not with the business, your passion.
But first student that learns something from you and he executes it, changes everything.
Makes it all worth it.
Yeah, changes everything. Like first student that stepped on a mat and executed in a tournament, I saw that and I say, that's it. You know, I'm on the right path. I'm never gonna step out of it. And when the war happened and all this commotion, and I saw what Jiu-Jitsu gives to my community, my nation, to young people, and what it can give them in the future too. I mean, every time, can you imagine every time from a country like Armenia that we need always our young to stay strong, you know, to stay strong with mind. And every time you make a champion, that every time that kid steps on a podium, like especially international podium, what it gives him, his friends, people who see him, other kids who see him, it's a wave, like
ripple
it's a
effect,
yeah. And I mean, it's more than one person's life. It's more than that. And when you see you have so much impact and you can do this, I mean, you have, like, you grow wings and you fly, you know? But you have to be careful, because when you have wings, you can fly too close to the sun and burn them. Huh? Yeah, you have to be careful to not go over your head. Yeah, stay humble, I think.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta train yourself every day, you know? If you train Jiu-Jitsu every day, then you know you stay humble.
You stay humble, because... you know, we were talking, you know, TacFit and Wim Hof, and you study Huberman, neuroscience, and you're always studying to better yourself and to learn. And you mentioned you're gonna probably start to do a blog and some videos for Armenian community in Armenian to help people to be a
better versions of themselves.
Yeah.
Find a way to stay healthy, mind and body, because tell the truth, with the studying thing, you influenced me a lot, the first time you came, you start talking about this, that, then about science, this has this science behind it. Then I saw you sharing, the first time I saw about Huberman, you shared it.
Ah, okay.
You know?
Okay, I shared it on my stories,
on your stories, so I start following him. I start studying too. You know, I like studying.
Yeah.
All my life, like since I was a kid, I liked studying. You know, so yeah. When I was down, like I always read. You know, like sitting on my bunk, I finish like a book a day. You know, so you inspired me. Start. You know, going deeper, like TacFit. You start sharing like Scott Sonnen's knowledge, like he wrote this, graphs and stuff like that. You know, and you start going deep in a rabbit hole. Like you take it deeper and deeper, and you understand that more you learn, there is more to learn. Like same with the jiu-jitsu, you get better. You feel like you don't know nothing. Anytime you learn more, you see there is a lot more to learn. So why we learn if we're not gonna share? You know, for ourselves, it's so little. You know, to do something just for yourself is so little. It doesn't give you it won't give you any satisfaction. But when you do something for somebody else,
outward focused,
it's like highest degree of satisfaction one can get. So when you start learning and sharing your knowledge and try to, you know, make somebody's life little better too, that's it, you know. That's the ultimate thing to happiness, you know, for oneself, I think.
Yeah. Well put, you know, and thank you, my friend, my brother,
Professor. Thank you
for your example. Your example, I think, not just in Armenia but everywhere around the world. You know, really, people that are listening to this, you know, it's like just following your heart when nothing on paper would add up for you to be doing this, you know, like financially, everything else, right? But you followed your heart and you take the steps, you know, so congratulations.
Thank you, Professor.
On the big step of a black belt and not just the black belt, but the work you're doing, huh? Day in and day out with the
it's
students.
A big responsibility, and it's a happy one to carry, you know. It's a great one to carry. And thank you for being next to us. Thank you for this interview. I hope our listeners won't be too mad with my English. Yeah.
It's great.
Thanks everybody who participated in my journey. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.